a bit too wide. It's very awkward when I have to wait for this. It's very dark. Hello. Oh my god. He's still alive. Wow. People still remember me. No, don't sub, don't sub. Like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. Don't waste your subs on me. No, I mean like, okay, I've been like half an hour on here, but uh, yeah, I don't know when I'm coming back. Hello. Welcome. I still exist. Just yeah, everyone forgets I'm alive still. I'm alive. No, don't waste them on me. Then it forces me to. Yeah, actually, it works quite well. If it forces me to stream more. Um, yeah. Well, welcome. Thank you for the subs. I have not been forgotten. Jesus, there's a lot of you, aren't there? Wow. Um, how is everyone? How's everyone doing? Wow. Thank you, Rhea. Yes, I was in Haileybury. How's Marcus? I don't know. I'm in England right now for the first time in 4 months. Yeah, it's, uh, it's not been easy to get back here, so I'm enjoying it. But it's raining right now, so I'm looking out the window. So sad. Um, have I got the new sim? Yeah, still in boxes there. I'm waiting for a room for it to be completed, and then yeah, I will set it up. But I have to go back to Italy rather soon, so um, I have to support England. It may cause a fight, but I have to support England. But yeah, it's like home and my second home. Actually, hang on. Wait here 1 minute. I have the merch. Hang on, one sec. All right. Okay. So yeah, I've got it. I think there's like 300 of them, and like it's quite a bit larger than I expected. So yeah, here it is. I mean, yeah, don't get too excited. I know. I'm sorry, but yeah, that is the first hat, the first ever limited edition the Pilotti hat. Um, yeah, so I need to set up a shop for it. But yeah, sorry, I've taken this around a few places. So I need to set up a shop for it. And there's two sizes, so like small and large, pretty much. But the large is quite small, but still, I think my head's just grown a bit. Uh, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm so excited. No. So yeah, I'm not very good at these sales pitches, but yeah, I just what do I need to do? Yeah, I need to set up the shop. and then I need to make it pretty much. No, wait, I made it. Hang on, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, cool. So yeah, everyone's happy. Sick. Become a salesman. Yeah. Do you get hot? Do you get sunburn on your head, your forehead? Then you need a hat, especially this one. It says Callum, an Ilott, and C and I. Yeah. My dog make rings. That's a good idea, actually. I suppose it's quite cost effective as well. Good idea. Thank you. I'll give you a commission. Jokes. Well, no, maybe not. I don't know. Depends. Depends if I do that or not. Where can we buy my merch? It will be on my website when I sort all of that out. But basically, I've got to deliver the 300 or so of them, to someone who can actually distribute it for me, as I am. Well, I'm not in the country, and then of course there's Brexit as well, and there's delivery stuff. Anyway, yeah, bit of a pain, but will there be a hoodie too? Yeah, but I need to do a more simple way of doing it, because I can't keep boxes and boxes of stuff here because I'm never here. So, yeah, so that's life really. Yeah, good timing. How's life? Yeah, so driven some F1 cars, which is quite cool. Driven some GT cars, raced some GT cars, which is actually rather enjoyable, surprisingly. Yeah, it's quite tough as well. It's very hot in the car. I've been doing simulator stuff, and I'm quite hungry. Yeah, so yeah, I drive some simulators. I drive some cars. Um, mint. Watch some football. Yeah, yeah. I love your hair. Thank you. Yeah, the problem with the streaming is I don't have a good enough internet connection in Italy, so I just don't bother. And then the races, I'm like, yeah, I'll stream tonight. And then I arrive back at like 11 o'clock. I'm like, nah, I'm not streaming tonight. I'm too tired. So that's kind of why. And to be fair, I have days where I'm completely chilling or whatever. Am I coming to Hungary? No, I am racing in Spa 24 hours. Yo, Kale, what's up? Did I see Mick in Austria? Yeah, I saw him when we were watching the F3. Yeah, this stream I'll save unless I say something dodgy, but I shouldn't do that. Yeah, so that was partly the reason. Yeah. Uh, what about the podcast with Marcus? I don't know. I don't want to get told off. Not that I'd say anything wrong anyway, but just I don't want to do anything I'm not meant to. But I think at some point we'll do it. I have to set something up at some stage. Just sitting down and actually doing it. Am I going to Silverstone? No, I have a bit of an issue that because I'm already in the UK, when I go back to Italy, I have to quarantine. So, because I'm busy, not next week, the week after Silverstone, I have to make sure I'm back in there to do all that stuff. So, I have to quarantine when I get back, so I have to leave earlier, which is a shame because it cut my trip to England short. So, yeah, 1 week of being in the UK in 4 months is a bit bad. Oh well. Helmet stickers. Helmet stickers. That's a good idea. Damn, there's so many things. I don't know. I'm surprised all you guys want me to do all this stuff. I've got so many fans. Wow. Istanbul, maybe. I haven't. I don't know. It's a bit further ahead in time. I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe key rings. Okay, guys. I've just got the hats. Like, can we? Yeah, this. I think this one's a smaller one, so it's a bit tight on my head. I think my head's grown. I'm missing all the subs. Yeah, sorry guys. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for the follows. Yeah, I'm useless tonight. That is the merch, you muppet. Sorry, that was aggressive. Um, yeah, I need some T-Bale shop assistance. Yeah, no. What did I have for breakfast? A yogurt. Yogurt, some toast, and a tea. The first tea in a long time. I haven't had a tea when I was in Italy, actually. Um, Lunch. Yeah, lunch was a bit boring. Just a sandwich. Um, mm, I have to say it's England. It's coming home. Even if a lot of people seem to not like England anymore because of the football and because we left Europe and we have a good chance of it all. But it's alright. It's alright. I don't know. I need to look at the markets. I'm not going to rip you off, but also I need to kind of, well, not exactly, but um, how would you say it? Break even at least on that sort of stuff. I think the only thing is the shipping that's the issue because I don't know how all the new shipping rules and stuff with Brexit is. How many times will you be in FP1 this season? As many times as they allow me. Haha. Yeah, I know we're still in Europe, but yeah, EU stands for Europe, so it's pretty close. Um, Ship it from Italy then. Yeah, but it's not that simple. It seems very simple, but it's not that simple. Um, yeah, okay, customs declaration. It just seems complicated. How often do you need to be at the Saddle factory? I've been a few times. It's just not easy fitting that in because obviously they've got to be there and I've got to be there. But yeah, no, the car is amazing to drive. The F1. I think people take for granted like how fast it actually is, especially from F2. It's a very big step. How many pull-ups can you do? I think more than you, unless you're like some insane calisthenics guy. I think I'd be able to do more. Um, okay, can people stop correcting me on the European Union and stuff? That it, our European Union has Europe in it, so I'm not wrong. See, Europe, Ian. Whatever. I don't study geography and politics. I study racing and life. What do the F2 cars feel like to drive? Well, I mean, the steering was quite big. They're alright. Um, a lot of power, big turbo, but very heavy and not too much downforce. So it's a bit. It's not. It could be quite a bit better. I wish they'd take the Super Formula car and bring it to Europe because that's fast. That's proper fast. I'm not going to Goodwood this weekend, unfortunately. The next time I wanted to go, I want to be driving something, and unfortunately, I'm not driving anything. Um, did I drive the Super Formula car? No. I drove the Japanese F3. I had a 3 day trip to Japan. It was very tiring. I flew 14 hours for 3 days. I was sleeping in the middle of the day and then driving. Sorry, James, mate. I can't. I'm yeah, a bit tired. Guys, right. Hold on a second. When I sell these, I will then start to do the other stuff. But until I've done that and I've got everything set up, it's just yeah, I haven't got the confidence or the time yet to do it. Uh, what was my favourite car to race in or drive? The World Series the 3.5 car was really cool to drive because it was a little bit underpowered compared to the downforce it had, but yeah, it was on rails, that car. Very big, fast, sounded good. Marcus Daravala incident in Monaco. I don't remember. No, darling. Sounds very weird. So, who would you like to swap helmets? Well, with someone who'd let me swap helmets with them. I'd probably swap with first because I don't rule anyone else out. But I'd swap with George, Mick, and I've never met Lewis before, so I'd probably like to swap with him. Yeah, if that was my first three that I could choose. Are my eyes blue or green? Depends on the light, really. Sometimes blue, sometimes green, sometimes grey. But then if it's grey, it's more blue. KD on your helmet. If I had to pick a country outside of Europe to move to, I'd probably go to the US. I like the kind of lifestyle out there. There's so many places to go as well within the US. Otherwise, I like New Zealand. New Zealand was very nice. Yeah, I'll probably be in Sochi this year, I think. Yeah, Alonso would definitely swap helmets with me. It's alright, you're allowed to draw my ears big. I was just taking the piss, don't worry. I mean, I know this one's quite big, but I'm used to it. I'm joking, it's all good. I'm not that bothered. What's the difference between the simulator you drive at Ferrari and the game? Well, the simulator at the Ferrari is massive, engineered to perfection, and the game is a game, unfortunately. No, I mean, it's all the same principles, but it just takes it to another level of, realism and inclusiveness. My mother has arrived home. I can't predict the F2, to be fair. I cannot. It's just all over the place. Obviously, my ex-teammate, Guan Yu Zhu, Joe, is doing very well. But there's a couple of others who are definitely on his tail. And yeah, it's very up and down. How are the cows? Yeah, good. I saw a lot of toads that evening as well, but I thought I'd leave them alone. Bully them a bit too much. Yeah. Sorry. Right. Yeah, I don't like the new format personally. I'm such a fan of the pure qualifying into the race type thing that originally the sprint race, I like the idea of it, but it makes it quite frustrating sometimes. But then to have the majority being sprint races and reverse grids, it just makes it more of a lottery and very equal because there's the ability to score a lot of points. But you're creating a championship by mistakes and not by pure performance. Obviously, yeah, if you win, you get a lot of points, but it's so easy to, for example, qualify pole and you start P10, and the guy in P11 who's qualified P11 makes a mistake because maybe they're less experienced. They take you out, and then you start last for race 2 as well and getting no points in race 1. Yeah, you'll start P1 for race 3, but you've sacrificed 2 of your races already. And I just don't. I don't like the risk of that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Pit stop race in F2. Yeah, I mean, there was a few times I could have done something different, but sometimes, it's always in hindsight. You can do a better job, but it's not always that easy. I think Bell. I will speak to Bell and maybe make some helmets. Because I do like the idea of the little ones. But I have to sort that as well. The sprint qualifying for Silverstone. I think the concept is alright, but the thing is, it's I think after the race, a sprint race afterwards would be better. But then there's always pros and cons to either way, so I don't know. Um, yeah, well, qualifying P5, yeah, it gives you more chances if you because P5 is not a bad place to start most of the time because you normally avoid the carnage, and if you can make some time up, but the benefit of winning in those races is so much more on points. Um, make a special helmet for Spa 24 hours, black and gold. Um, yeah, I mean, um, I love that. Unfortunately, I'm not in the position where I can, you know, get a load of special helmets because I only get, well, this year, one helmet for GT, one for Ferrari activities, and one for um, Alfa Romeo activities. So I don't get any others, and if I do, I have to pay for them. And unfortunately, I'm not at the stage where I can do that yet, or because they are very expensive. So yeah, if I do a bit more in some areas, maybe I'll get some more helmets. But yeah, uh, yes, I'm excited for 24, but it'll be really tough. I mean, can you imagine like with the GT that Eau Rouge and Raidillon is only flat with new tyres, Blanchimont almost only flat with new tyres. The real corner before Blanchimont only flat with new tyres. And then like track limits becomes non-existent, I think, in the dark, which makes it really on edge. And yeah, you've got lapped cars with gentleman drivers, which like during the day they're actually pretty close and fair play to them, but in the night I think they drop a bit more pace if it rains as well because it's Spa. Yeah. What football team do I support? Chelsea. Sorry, someone's slamming the door in my house. Favorite GT race so far? I mean, doing the night race in Paul Ricard was cool, but Monza, the variable conditions. Like I never driven in the wet before in the GT, so I came out the box and like it was all over the place. So I lost quite a few seconds straight away. And then they were like, yeah, we want to go to slicks. I was like, yeah, you sure about that? The track's still wet. They're like, no, we think it's going to be good. You won't lose much time, even if it is still wet. Sliding around all over the place first couple of laps because we had a safety car and the tyre temp dropped. And then, yeah, it was actually quite good. I overtook 20 something cars. Um, can I ride a motorbike? Yes. Do I have a license to? No. So yeah, if someone has a motocross bike in the back, but I don't really. I enjoy it, but I don't need to do it, so I don't do it. Thank you, thank you. I would like to try an IndyCar. I think it's very. No. Sorry. Uh, it's my sister. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Would I like to try IndyCar? Yeah, I would. I would happily try it. It looks like a car that I would enjoy driving around. How often do I go karting? Not so often. At the beginning of the year, quite a bit, but now not so much. I'm just busy, to be honest. I mean, like I've only been in the UK for 2 weeks this whole year. So yeah, pretty busy. Do I like MotoGP? Yeah, the racing is really cool, and they are incredibly system. No, I would. I would like to keep my sister away from public, if you know what I mean. But yeah, she's cute. No, I'm not ignoring her. She'll come get me later. Yeah, Liverpool. My mum's from Liverpool, so I like it, but I've never been myself. Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, Golf livery. Oh, I love that. That was cool. That was really cool. I think when I was 11 or 12, I won a British Championship in karting, and they gave me a Golf Edition watch. And so I was like, oh, it's cool. The match is my first ever watch. Anyway, sorry, sentimental. Poppy, yeah, my parents took Poppy out the whole day, so I didn't really see her. So she'll be back now. Where am I going to watch the match on Sunday? I watch it at home. We have a nice big screen that I can put it on. So I will venture down there when I get a chance. I didn't even know we're losing the Q3 tyre rule. Sure. Means that everyone can optimise a strategy, I guess. But then, of course, you lose the potential gain on the people who start on the softs if it's not a beneficial soft. Yeah, Leonie, don't worry. You'll get it soon, very soon. I'll sort that out. But yeah, now that I'm in England, I can do it. How much COVID faff do you have to deal with? No one appreciates this. How ridiculous it all is. Obviously I understand it as well, but from a athlete's point of view, Jesus Christ, la. I mean, I have done close to 100 COVID tests since it's all started. The amount of times I've had to quarantine after being in, should we say, not even close contact. And luckily avoided any issues during the season. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. The amount of money that it's cost people in general. I mean, yeah, again, it's all understandable and you all have to work around it, but the forms, the traveling, I mean, I wasn't allowed to fly. Imagine I wasn't allowed to fly directly into Switzerland because I had a UK passport and UK residents weren't allowed to fly into Switzerland. But my car was in Geneva, so I had to then fly to Milan and take the train up to Zurich because I was doing something with Sauber. Then take the train to Geneva to then drive back down to Milan, all because these rules. And the thing is, I was stopped by border control anyway, going from Milan to Zurich, and they were fine. So they asked where I come from, they were fine about it, but I wasn't allowed to fly directly there. It's like, why? Why make it so complicated? Yeah, so it is painful. It's very painful. And then you have to have all the documents for everything. Obviously, when we fly, I think we've been punished for Brexit as well, I have to say, but that's another story. But luckily, most of the time we get to fly with the charter flights with the F1 team, so that makes my life very easy. But then when you're doing commercial flights again, it's not so simple. I enjoy the media duties because, to be honest, I'm not used to it. I mean, like last year, because no one was there, I didn't do many interviews at all, even though I was high up in the championship. And that the year before, I think I did 4 or 5 interviews a whole year. 2019. I guess people weren't interested. So yeah, I do enjoy it, and plus it's good to do. It's good to kind of learn, you know, to speak, especially if you are going to be prepared for F1 and that type of things. And yeah, I mean it's a good way when you're not in meetings to pass the time a bit. Um, uh, Filming Chasing the Dream, I like that. It's my first experience of doing something along those lines. And I think it's very cool. I haven't seen it. I know that sounds bad, but I just don't like to watch myself back. I know there's obviously more people in that, but I know everything that happened in the season, so I don't like to watch it. But I heard it was very good, and obviously I filmed it, so all the parts that I would be in, I remember doing anyway. If that makes sense. Um, would you rather be in F2 for another year or doing what you're doing now? Right. So obviously this was a decision I had to make end of last year. Obviously, yeah, I was told quite late what the situation was, and most of the F2 teams were already done for the next year, even though they don't announce it, they were already done. And So that makes it, number one, quite difficult. Number two, it's expensive, and you have to be able to find the money and put the package together, and that's not easy. That's many, many months and almost years in progress to kind of do that. Um, then, uh, then obviously for me, there was a possibility of doing GTs, which I was quite interested in trying. And obviously the reserve driver role I knew was a possibility as well. So, given the result of me finishing second in a very competitive year, and the new format change, I felt that there was only one place better to go, and of course, obviously that would be achievable in that sense, but a lot of money, risk with the new format, and I'd done a good job before. So yeah, I stuck to my decision. I would have loved to have raced F2 for the purpose of racing, being on that stage, and proving what I can. But to be honest, I'm learning way more doing what I'm doing for the potential to go into F1, and I'm enjoying doing that. The FP1s as well. It's very helpful, and a good experience. And then the GT side of things, not only is it good fun to drive, it's a little bit less pressure than trying to fight for your life in F2. And it's enjoyable racing, very close racing. Yeah, so I like it, and plus it's a good option in the future. I've going straight in with a very competitive team, with competitive teammates in a pro car in your first year is not doesn't normally happen. So very enjoyable. How to stay up for 24 hours later this month. So the 24 hours is quite an interesting one. I haven't done it yet, obviously, but I've heard how it works. So basically, you'll do like in the daytime 1 hour each, so 1 hour in, 2 hours off, 1 hour in, 2 hours off, that kind of thing. And then when it's in the night, you do 2 hours, and then you have 4 hours off. So basically, how I imagine it working in the night is you do your 2 hours, you come in, probably take at least half an hour to kind of chill out and get the adrenaline out. And then you have about 2 hours where you can kind of either sleep or, I believe, get like a physio treatment, or or watch the race, but ideally sleep. And then basically you have to be ready to jump in kind of halfway through the last stint of the person before, in case there's a safety car. So, yeah, I have a receding hairline. What's your problem? Jokes. Yeah, I know it's not good. I'll get that sorted at some point when I can pay for it and when I have time to do it. No, it's not that bad yet. I mean, it's not great, but it's not that bad. So I can go for a little bit longer. Plus, it might stabilise. I might have just peaked early with my hair. I think mine's slightly worse between me and Marcus. Um, is it fun to do the driver swap in GT? It's quite stressful because I'm not used to it, and obviously you have time, but it's easy for something to go wrong. Obviously, you have the procedure and the way you do it, but it's also very easy to get a penalty or a drive through or something for doing something. Um, Especially because we have the onboard camera from the stewards which faces in. And for example, if you take two hands off the steering wheel whilst you're still moving, that's like a 5 or 10 second penalty. If you undo the belts before you stop, again, drive through or 10 second penalty. Again, you have to put the belt up to a magnet and flip this one over. Otherwise, you make it very difficult for the guy to get in. Yeah, it's not easy. I'm ready for the match on Sunday. I'm ready. I would like to do the Le Mans in an LMP2. I think it's a good balance. It's a fast car. But yeah, I mean, I still want to try and do Le Mans this year. It'd be cool to do, and I have time to do it because who knows in the future what I'm doing. And yeah, it's good to keep all the options open. Yeah, no, it's once you get the procedure for all the belts and that, and when you're strapping the other guy in, it makes it easy. But you just have to practice it, and then it becomes quite natural. Do I have any hobbies? Not really. No. I mean, if I was in the UK all the time, makes I can do my hobbies, but in Italy I don't have much there, so I end up just traveling, seeing stuff. Especially recently, I've been going to a lot of different places, and it's nice to see. To be fair, a lot of places that I haven't been to yet. How do they know? They have a camera on the right side in the tub, which faces you, and they can see. Yeah, the new helmet. I like that. I like the new helmet for the Alpha. I was a bit when I saw the initial pictures. I was like, it could look good, but you never know until you see it in real life. And I think in real life it's very subtle, but blends in very well. Do I give some advice to Felipe? Advice sounds like my vice championship. So burn. Well, it depends on which way you look at it. Yeah, I saw him when he was doing the pre-season testing and the winter testing last year. Do I like sim racing? I did. I just haven't. Sorry, hiccup. I haven't done it for a while. Am I still on Cameo? I still have the account. I just haven't activated it because I know when I'm busy, I'm not going to be able to do it. Yeah. Do I want to drive a GT car in Macau? I'd give it a go, but not particularly. They're not easy to drive in some ways. They are very easy. Not. Have I tried requesting Twitter to verify it? Yeah, they denied my request. So I don't know anymore. They just don't like me. Yeah, Marcus Frogspawn. See you, James. Have a good one. Is there a reason I'm only doing the endurance rounds? Because the team is only doing the endurance rounds, so I don't have an option to do any more. Yeah. I'd like to do more, but otherwise I'll be doing too much. That hairline, Jesus. Jukes. I'm verified in the eyes of God and the people of Twitter. Jesus, Twitter blew up because I'm streaming. While we were doing this, if I had a boat, what would you call it? Either one life, live it. That was my first motto when I was like 12. Naughty, naughty. Or see you later, son. Or crash a lot. Yeah, crash a lot. Yeah, boating. Do I name my cars? No, I just drive them. It's easier. We had a small tornado go over Cambridge today. I didn't see it. I look more mature. Okay, take that as a compliment. Yacht sailing or dinghy sailing? Dinghy sailing you can just do on your own, can't you? I would play in the Avengers movie. I don't think I'd be very good at acting, but bye bye, said Monegasque. Clearly, you're not on Monegasque because it's 3 a.m. unless you're on holiday. No, people have been verified way before 100,000 followers. Even Schwartzman was verified like years ago with only 3,000 followers. I think he has someone dodgy working inside Twitter and Instagram. Um, uh, Favorite Italian football team? Obviously, as a Ferrari driver, I have to say Juventus. But yeah, I don't really watch Italian football. No, Robert wouldn't help me. Because he had 3,000 followers at the time of being verified, and I'm at like 55, and they still won't verify me. And I am okay. Not to big myself up. This sounds really cocky, but reserve driver, test driver, GT driver, and all round Twitter king. So that sounded really cocky, but yeah, sure. I have tried Stroop waffles. They're really good. They're really, really good. But they sometimes get messy if you leave them in your bag. Am I a borderline celebrity? I don't see how. It's a bit strange, really. I mean, yeah, I haven't really done a lot. I felt like I left school the other day. No one cared about me then. um, yeah, we'll see if my merch sells out. Then I know I made it. Um, have I seen the new Sim and Marinello? I've seen the building. I haven't gone in yet. Um, yeah, yeah. I find it funny that people follow me on Spotify. I was on Spotify for ages. No one found me, and now suddenly they've found me. Um, why? I swear every day is F1 Twitter selfie day. I see it every day. Um, am I traveling somewhere soon? Yes, Italia, Italia, Italia. And then where do I go? I go to Italy. Then I go to Switzerland. Then I go to Belgium for the Spa 24 hours. I don't even know which day I have to be there and what day we're doing stuff. They need to send me the schedule. Then after that, no idea. Maybe I get a bit of a break. Maybe I don't. Who knows? I wanted to go to the US, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Um, to be fair, it's funny. So after the game, when Italy won, we were watching it in Modena, and our broadcast somehow was 30 seconds before everyone else's. So when we were reacting, nothing was going on in the city, and then 30 seconds later, everyone was going mad. And then I drove back to Bologna that evening, and everyone was on the horn. So I joined in. It's brilliant. I think I sat for 3 minutes just on the horn. Probably pissed a few people off, but it entertained myself. So yeah, and that was quite late at night. probably going to get a fine now from the Italian government. Maybe not. Maybe no. Maybe they appreciate my celebrations. Have I seen the Black Widow movie? No, I don't have time to go to the cinema anymore. That's a good idea. No, I still don't have time. Did I ever race against Yano? Maybe in karting. Maybe. I definitely saw him around when I was karting, but I don't know if I raced him. Enjoy the Ferrari Museum. I haven't been to the one in Modena. I've been to the one in Maranello. Yeah, Italian citizenship now. Proper Italian. What was the last movie I saw? Actually, okay, not in a cinema. I can't remember what I watched in the cinema. Maybe Endgame. But the last movie I saw, actually, funnily enough, very, very strange. Because I was watching Rush on the way on the plane. Very good movie, very good movie. On the plane back from Italy this week. And I was thinking, I remember because Nicky whilst he had the accident and was recovering, he was replaced by Carlos Reutemann. And I was thinking, I was like, oh yeah, I need to look this guy up because I remember hearing a bit about him, especially when he replaced Ferrari. And obviously, a couple of hours later, it was announced that he passed away. So I was like, that's very, very strange. That I'd also, because obviously there was plenty of drivers within the movie as well, but I focused on him. Very, very strange. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, I don't know how you say it. Like, obviously, rest in peace, but still quite powerful, I think. How much do you know of Italian? I mean, I can get by just fine. I just don't like speaking it. I don't have much confidence. I think because a lot of people took the piss earlier on, so I just didn't want to do it. Yeah, a lot of people enjoyed my honking. Turn on the light. Yeah, unfortunately, clearly someone has not paid for the electricity in this house. And no, I'm joking. Yeah, we need new light bulbs in 1, 2, 3, 4 of the lights in this room. Streaming for nearly an hour. Yeah, I think at an hour I'll disappear. 0121 D1. Because I'm hungry. Very hungry. When is your next FP1? I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't. But I hopefully will get another one. Because yeah, I don't think I do a bad job. Yeah, I think they quite enjoy having me. No, Druvic did not teach me any Brazilian slangs. He's a very good boy. He doesn't say anything bad. Oh my god, Auntie Marcel from TikTok, the guy with way too much energy who drives simulators. You have way too much energy, mate. Jesus Christ. I need to put you on like half speed when I see you on TikTok. FP1 in Zandvoort, no thank you. I don't know if anyone realises how fast that track is. Like, it is ridiculously fast in a Formula 1 car. Ridiculously. And I don't want to be the first one to drive that track. Nah. It's a very difficult track. So, I will happily wait for everyone else to drive it and then next year. 1 minute, 1 second. I don't think it's 1 minute, 1 second, but it's very, 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 very fast. I'm a rock star, as Gunter would say. Rock star. Wait, no, we are behaving like rock star. Whatever. Anyway, my voice is so relaxing. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm so tired all the time because I just send myself to sleep. What's my relationship with the Ferrari drivers? Strictly professional. Can you save the live I was studying? I thought you said, can you save a life? I mean, I can try. Like, wait. How to save a life? By the Fray, I think. Unless it's Coldplay. No, it's the Fray. Thank you for the support from Barcelona. I'll start an ASMR channel. I think I should read bedtime stories. Look, I have this very educational book. How long is now? And my dad's home. Drowning the sun. Could all the water in the universe put out the sun? Fire is a chemical reaction that needs 3 key ingredients to keep going. The first is heat, such as from the match used to light a candle. The second is fuel, and the third is oxygen. Remove any of those... No, hang on. Sorry, I can't read anymore. Remove any one of those 3 things and the flame will die. Dousing the fire with water is effective because water is very good at removing heat and cutting off oxygen. However, our sun is not actually made of fire like a giant candle. It is a giant ball of plasma, if you didn't know that. Rather than combustion, the sun runs on a process called nuclear fusion, where the heat and pressure in the sun's core are so vast that the small nuclei, such as hydrogen, are forced to fuse into larger nuclei such as helium, generating blistering amounts of energy and keeping us at a comfortable temperature here on Earth. Yeah, that was my dog. Hang on, how do you say that? Enveloping. Yeah. The sun in a thick blanket of water wouldn't be much help if you wanted to snuff it out, although the water would instantly remove some heat. It would also increase the sun's mass and therefore the pressure inside it, increasing the rate of nuclear fusion. What's more, the water molecules might get hot enough, where was I, to be ripped apart into their constituent nuclei, providing more fusion fuel. So the sun would actually burn more fiercely and rapidly than before. But what if you dumped all the water in the entire universe over the sun? Now you're talking. Strictly speaking, you'd be dumping ice rather than water, because space is so cold that almost all water exists in a solid form. You would theoretically be able to add so much to the sun's mass in the form of ice that it would use all its fuel very quickly. Then it would explode cataclysmically, I can speak now, as a supernova, destroying Earth and leaving behind an extremely dense neutron star or even a black hole. I guess you could count that as an extinguishing the sun. In summary, getting the sun wet is likely to seriously mess up our solar system. The man who wrote that was from Hertfordshire in the UK. So yeah, very educational. You didn't know that. What else we got? Yeah. This is very aggressive. This book, it's very educational, but yeah, look how calm you all are. You've learned something, and okay, this might be interesting. Is losing consciousness? I can't speak anymore. Is losing consciousness like a light snapping off, or moving a dimmer switch? If you know what I mean. Consciousness feels like an on-off phenomenon. Either you're experiencing the world or you're not. But finding the switch that allows our brains to move between these states is tricky. Consciousness is not something we see, it is something through which we see, which makes it challenging to study. Very interesting, very theoretical. Says George Mashour, director of the Center of Consciousness Science at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. One common definition of the consciousness is the thing that abandons us when we fall into a dreamless sleep and returns when we wake up. But say I anesthetize. Yeah, okay. Well, very big words today. Very big words. You may hear my voice, but not respond to it. You may be dreaming and not hear my voice. You may hear or experience nothing at all. What patterns of brain activity correlate with these levels of conscious experience? We do know there are certain brain regions that, if damaged or stimulated, cause loss of consciousness. The claustrum, a thin sheet-like structure buried deep inside the brain, is one of them. But many leading theories that aim to describe consciousness veer away from a single anatomical site being its seat. Global workspace theory hinges on the idea that I can't read quickly enough. Information coming in from the outside world competes for attention. We only become conscious of something, a ringing telephone, say, if it outcompetes all else to be broadcasted across the brain. Then there's information integration theory, which suggests that consciousness. This is just pointless now. Anyway, that was cool. That was highly unnecessary. I'm so hungry. Right, guys. Yeah, that was very random. I do apologise. Yeah, I'm gonna go because I am starving. I am so hungry that I'm gonna eat this goldfish on the front of this book. Which, I mean, this is just a bit much, isn't it? These are the type of books I carry around in my bag. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe the live is already saved. I think, yeah, it's normally saves, and then, yeah. Goodbye. Thanks for having me, I guess, and watching me, strangely. So, yeah, have a good night, and maybe see you another time. See you soon. Cool.